I'm cold and unhappy.
I called it. I called it. I called it. Leonard is Harold Jenkins. Aha. He's a figurine collector. He had a really fucked up childhood. Poor guy. But then he went a little crazy.
Little bit. We watch a lot of that chapter. We've seen that before. He went kind of Lizzie Borden on his dad.
A little bit.
Assessment.
It's really good. It's just picked up so much.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a time traveling agent, as we thought. He's just a Bizarro fan.
Yeah.
Fanboy who has been let down by so many people. So I just need you to call me fucking how Allison. It's a payphone.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because, I mean, we know what year it is because they said they were all born in 1989 and it's been
28.
They're 27 or 28. So we know what year it is, but the fact that they're not using cell phones at all is really interesting to me.
Yeah. It's like they had to put a date on it, but they're trying to keep it timeless. Yeah,
or it could be some other weird alternate universe thing.
Wherein, superheroes exist and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's 2016 effectively, but...
Let's see, Hazel and Agnes. Hazel, I posit that Hazel is probably a lot older than he looks because of all the time travel that he's done, so he's probably like 5.
Right.
So that would explain why he is attracted to Agnes, because he's actually older.
Sure.
So,
but still,
they're so cute.
I like it. I like Hazel and Agnes.
I must be old because I'm rooting for Klaus's sobriety.
Yeah, I don't know what that scene in the club when he was freaking out and he saw the pill and he started crawling for it. I was sitting there going, I think about my time watching Buffy and I'm like, come on, Spike, just go evil and badass. But now I'm like, come on, Klaus, stay clean. Yeah.
But, I mean, it's more of an addict thing,
True. So you're rooting for him.
Yeah. It's nice to watch a show where I actually like the majority of the characters.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I started off not liking, Diego.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like, come on, Diego.
Yeah.
He's growing.
I don't know, it was a scene... Oh, I think it was with Allison and Diego, maybe. But I was just like... I get all these characters. I'm rooting for all of them. I'm rooting for the addict. I'm rooting for the aggressive asshole. I'm rooting for the ruthless killer Hazel. Kind of Cha-Cha too, but less so.
Well, I think she got so pissed off because she realized she's got feelings for Hazel. So she kept going on about, your horror girlfriend and, I'm gonna...
When his whole speech spoke to her, he was like, you spend all these years with somebody and realize you've been missing what's right in front of you. She thought he was talking about her.
Yeah.
And then she saw him at the donut shop
And he might have been talking to her because he's talking about, all these years and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because she was like, I'm going to make you hurt. And I don't think she actually said it, but it was... She either said it or she said it very quietly, or, what she said was just very clearly ended with, I'm going to make you hurt like you hurt me. I don't think she actually said it, but I think that was implied. Also, I just realized something. In the last episode, The Day That Wasn't,
Yeah.
all the Hazel and Cha-Cha scenes were part of The Day That Was.
Yeah, they all happened. They're the only ones that were exempt from the full rewind.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
But I think that's because in The Day That Was, that in the day that wasn't, I think the scenes that we saw with Hazel and Cha-Cha were actually this one, the day that was. I think it was interspersed.
Well, I think there's 3 options here. One is that they were intercutting between the day that wasn't and the day that was. Mm-hmm. 2 is that they're
That's
outside of time.
Okay.
Because of their affiliation with this agency. And 3 is that they were unaffected by the changes that 5 made, except for the fact that he sent those things either way. But after he sent them,
You have a rolled eyebrow.
it didn't affect anything that happened in the rest of the show. So it all played out the same way because they weren't directly affected. Once they were sent those orders, they were operating isolated. The whole time stream, throwing a rock sends it sends waves, but doesn't affect everything. It doesn't stop the flow of the river.
Okay. I think either option.
Yeah,
any of the options
it all works, and they don't need to explain it. It's pleasantly ambiguous.
Okay. All right, keeping it rolling. Leonard's motivation. So, yeah, I'm not sure why he's so intent on Vanya getting her powers. And my working theory right now is that, well, except for the fact that he was getting, like, really annoyed with her for not being able to, I guess, perform.
Right.
But I don't see how he could have any knowledge of what is going to happen. Because, I mean, you would think that he is getting close to her and wants her to realize her powers to trigger the end of the world, or, you know, the apocalypse or whatever, but how would he know that? Because right now all we know about him, except he found the book. And in Klaus's death flash, whatever that was with his dad, his dad implied, it was implied, and, like, you know, the dad knew that the end of the world was going to happen.
And he also knew that Vanya was dangerous.
Yes. So, okay.
So he may have pieced it together in the last 5 days.
Sure. Yeah.
He, knowing him, he probably took that book and obsessed over it and read it front to back.
Yeah. Yeah. So I bet that's why he's so motivated to... And he may not even know it's the end of the world, honestly. I mean, that's possible, but I don't know why he would want the world to end.
Well, I think he just wants revenge on the Umbrella Academy.
Exactly. So trigger Vanya, and the Umbrella Academy is dead. With his unforeseen
demise.
Well, his unforeseen triggering the end of the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Reginald killed himself to bring them back together. Okay. That was a cool little twist I didn't necessarily see coming, but yeah, I really don't have much more to say about that.
Begs the question, though, how did Reginald know that something horrible was coming?
Well, how did he know that about all these women spontaneously having children? There's something
so
about him.
Much we don't know about Reginald.
Exactly. So it's hard to postulate. Sorry, just trying to keep it short. Leonard paid the drunken douchebags. That's my theory, but they really laid into him.
They really let him have it.
Yeah.
But maybe he was... I mean, they could have been pulling punches, and then he was further damaged by Vanya's outburst.
Sure, that's a possibility. Cha-Cha wants out too. Possibly.
That's just my take on her rant at the end. The way she was yelling at him.
Like, just do it.
Shoot me, I'll find you. If you leave me alive, I'll find you and kill you. Those weren't threats, I don't think. Those were trying to get him to kill her because she's done. She doesn't... Yeah. I mean, why else would you try to get somebody to shoot you like that?
Because she's hurting. The eye is Leonard's.
Yeah. The eye is Leonard's.
/ Harold.
So it'll be interesting. I mean, he's going to get a replacement eye, obviously. Serial number won't match up, right? Because we saw that in a fire. Maybe
Except
that doesn't
for
matter.
that eye does still exist.
Yeah. The one that 5 has. Ooh, time loop.
And you want to bet Vanya finds the eye and gives it to Leonard? So, yeah, that's what I got.
That's what I got. We're going to speed this along because you want to watch the next one.
Yes. And then we're going to go past midnight.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to watch the next one, then we're going to want to discuss it. And,
Yeah.
anyway.
Later.